welcome back everybody. Today we are going to be doing a crayon resist, which basically includes your media of crayons, watercolor, and you will also need paper, okay? So those are the three things you're going to need. For this picture, we are going to go portrait with this because we want those flowers to be a little bit taller. So your paper is going to be long ways from top to bottom. So that's going to be portrait as far as the orientation of your paper goes. And we are going to start by drawing with our crayons. This can be as big or as small as you want it to be. I will tell you that Mom will really like this one. And these types of flowers are called daffodils. They are also known as buttercups because they have a little cup shape on the end of them. So to start our daffodil, we do kind of a squiggly oval. And it can go any direction you want it to. So I'm just going to make this one going this way for right now. You can just see I did kind of just a squiggly little oval. And then in order to have the cup part, we're going to just take a shape going this direction and back. So it's kind of like a C shape. It goes down and back. And we're going to go with our yellow crayon at this point in time because the center of the flower is a little more orange sometimes, and sometimes the flower is all one color. Every now and then these will be white in the center and have yellow petals. So from the outside, we're going to start right here. So this would be the center of the flower. So we're going to kind of curve this way, and then we're going to come on this side and go the opposite direction and meet. So that's one petal. We're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to curve down and come back from the other direction and meet. Okay. Right here again, so we want to keep this as our center. So we're going to curve down, and then we're going to come back from the opposite direction and meet. And then I want some petals on this side because typically they are full petaled flower. So I'm going to come from right here and go this way and come back. And then we'll do two more petals. So now I'm going to come from this direction and go back. And we're going to throw one more in here, right there and right there. So there's one buttercup. And just because we don't want them to overlap, we're going to go ahead and add that stem as well. So I'm going to scoot it up so you can see. I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to draw a straight line down, okay? And we'll come back with some leaves here in a minute. So I'm going to do maybe one or two more of these, and then you can decide if you want to keep adding. You just kind of rewind the video if you need me to draw with you. Otherwise, if you think you've got it, once we've figured this out, then you just kind of keep going. So this time I'm going to make a buttercup that goes up a little bit and the petals kind of hang down. So again, I'm going to start with a wiggly oval shape. So it's kind of long. And now I'm going to come down and back up. So we want them to kind of look like natural flowers. Now this time I'm only going to have petals that hang down. So let's start right in the center, curve this way, come on this side and go back. And then we're going to do another one, curves this way. And then I'm going to come behind this petal because we kind of want them to look like they're hanging down a little bit, so we'll only see about 3 of them. And curve back down this way, and then curve back behind this center petal, okay? So there's that flower. Now the stem wants to kind of connect to the center, so we'll pretend like here's the center. Don't draw through your petal. Come on this side and draw your stem down, okay? And like I said, I'm gonna fit maybe one more because they do come in different sizes. So let's do one more kind of little one right about here. And again, little wiggly kind of oval. Come down, back up. Let's get some smaller petals. So this way, And we're gonna do this one kind of like we did the one on the other side. Now, since I've already drawn that stem, I'm gonna make this petal go behind it. So it just kind of comes right there. And let's do once. And we'll stop right there. So that petal on that side is kind of hanging down a little bit. And again, a nice stem comes from the center, goes down. Now for the leaves, they are very kind of pointy leaves, so it goes up. And then I'm gonna draw another line that comes back this way, okay? And we don't have to fill that in. We do not have to color that in, no big deal. And again, we're gonna come right here and we're gonna go up, and then it's gonna come back down. And typically buttercups or daffodils have 2 leaves, but we're not gonna be able to draw all of those in right now. So it's gonna curve up and back down. And so I think I'm gonna maybe stop right there for my leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and do kind of some spike grass that they're in. So I'm just kind of doing these zigzag shapes. And this is just to add a little more texture to our painting once we get to painting, okay? And at this point, you're gonna start taking your watercolors. I would always, always, always start with my yellow first, just because you know how easily yellow gets messed up. So I would start with my yellow first. And any place that's yellow, you're gonna come through and you're gonna paint in that yellow. If you want it to be lighter, you add more water. If you want it to be darker, you use less water, okay? If you want more control over your paint, then you use less water. And I will tell you, because we did all of our drawing with crayon, it's gonna build a nice little wall so that our watercolors don't easily run together, but they still will if you use too much water, so you gotta be aware of that. So you're gonna fill in all of your yellow. You're gonna come back, and I'm only gonna paint one flower for right now. You're gonna come back in with some orange, and you're gonna fill in a little bit of this. And like I said, if you want this to be a little bit lighter, then you can either take a paper towel and blot after you paint it, or you can just use a little less water. So it's completely up to you how you want it to look. And then I would come back in with my green, and I would start to fill in my leaves and my grass. And of course you want to do the blue sky behind them, because that blue is going to be a beautiful contrast. And let me show you again the finished product, because you don't want to watch Miss Masterson paint all day, right? So again, finished product is lots of buttercups. And if you have a larger piece of paper, you can fit more buttercups in. So like I said, I would just keep drawing them. Love the blue background. Be careful not to get water drips. That's what happened here and here. So blue background against that green and yellow looks fantastic. All right, guys, I hope you have lots of fun with it. I know Mom's gonna love it. This should maybe be saved for Mother's Day, hint, hint. But good luck with it, and I can't wait to see them. Miss you guys. Bye.